Today I thought I would do something a little different and make a video that I would actually like to watch myself. I was browsing r/paranormal and found a story that I thought was very different and interesting. Hopefully you find it also entertaining. Enjoy the video. The Lady with the Orange Skin and Black Perm. Posted to Reddit by Travis B951. The poster of this story says they're 26 at the time of their post. Between the ages of 2 to 5, they claim to have been visited by an unusual entity. They acknowledge that these experiences could be hand-waved away as dreams or false memories or sleep paralysis. Still, the description of the entity involved is highly bizarre. The first experience took place at their grandmother's house. The poster recalls being put down for a nap in their grandmother's bed. They go on to say they would often pretend to be asleep until their grandmother left the room. I remember the first time. I saw this weird-ass lady leaning in front of the hallway door on the left side. She grabbed the door frame with one hand and poked her head in. Her skin was a weird texture. If you've ever seen Cousin Skeeter on Nick, imagine Skeeter's texture, and it was orange. It was not normal. She had black hair that was permed really curly, and her hair was down to her shoulders. She looked down the hallway where my grandma went, looked back to me, then put her finger to her lips in a shushing motion. She then jumped on the bed and cuddled me up real quick. It happened a few more times, and it would always be the same process. Going to lay down for a nap, Grandma walks out, Orange Lady walks in. The next event took place at a block party at their stepdad's house at the age of 4. The poster explains they were sent to their room for a reason they can't recall. Stepdad takes me to my room, chucks me on the top bunk, scolds me, says to think about what I did or whatever, and he'll get me when I've learned my lesson. I'm sitting on the top bunk sulking after he leaves the room. I hear some weird noises, and who do you think pokes her head out of the bathroom? Sticking her head out and grabbing the wall with her hand so all I can see is her hand and her head. She smiled, and I screamed. I jumped onto the floor and tried my hardest to get over the gate. I eventually got myself over it and ran outside crying and screaming. The last event took place when they were 5 years old. The bedroom door was closed, and I'm in my room alone. We have friends over in the living room, but they were playing with my brothers. I remember I went to leave the bedroom and the door was locked. Now, I didn't understand the concept of locking doors at this point. For whatever reason, I looked back from the door, and from my standpoint, you can see the bathroom mirror and its reflection. There was an unfamiliar cartoon playing on the TV, but if you looked right at the TV, it was just regular Cartoon Network. I looked to the other side of the mirror, and who do I see? This time I can see she's wearing a black shirt. I start banging and kicking the door while screaming for help. My mom and her friends tell me to let go of the handle, and I tell them I'm not touching it. She tells me to press the button under the door handle. I'm pushing it, and it still won't open. She calls for my stepdad. I look behind me, and she's getting closer. I told my mom I was going to jump out the window. She tells me not to, and to wait. I got the Orange Lady getting really close to me. I grab the door handle again, and the door opens right up. My 2 brothers, their 3 friends, and my mom are right there, and I ran to my mom and jumped into her arms, not caring if everyone sees me crying. I look back into the room, and the TV is back on Cartoon Network, and there's no one in my room.